You set a goal on January 1st. You're pumped. You're going to save $500 a month. You're going to crush it. You tell your friends. You post about it. You feel like a different person already. Then February hits, and suddenly you're back to your old habits. You've forgotten about the goal entirely, and now you feel worse than if you'd never set it in the first place. Here's what's wild. This isn't a willpower problem. This isn't laziness. This is your brain literally working against you. And once you understand why, you'll stop blaming yourself and start actually winning with money. My name is Alex. I decode the psychology behind why you keep failing at goals, and more importantly, the one weird trick that actually makes goals stick. If you've ever made a financial goal and completely abandoned it within 30 days, hit subscribe, because this video will change everything. So here's the thing nobody talks about. Most people think goals work like this. You make a decision. That decision carries you forward. You stay disciplined, you win. But that's not how your brain actually works. Not even close. Your brain doesn't care about your decision. Your brain cares about identity. Right now, you have a story about who you are with money. Are you someone who saves, or are you someone who can't stick to a budget? Are you an investor, or are you someone who always spends everything? Here's the brutal part. Your brain will do almost anything to keep you consistent with that story, even if the story is killing your finances. Think about this for a second. You can make 1,000 goals to save money, but if your identity is I'm bad with money, your brain will sabotage you until you're back in alignment. It's not intentional. It's automatic. Your brain is literally voting on who you are every single day. And if you keep voting for the same identity, you can't change. Let me show you how this plays out in the real world. It's day 15 of your new savings goal. You're killing it. You've saved $750. You feel amazing. Your identity is shifting. You're starting to see yourself as someone who saves. Then your car breaks down. $800 to fix it. You have the money in your savings, and right here, in this moment, your brain makes a decision. It asks itself a simple question. What would someone like me do? And if someone like you is someone who's always broke, then you dip into savings. If someone like you is someone who can't save, then you justify it. And suddenly your goal is broken. Your identity votes again. And now your brain has proof that you're someone who fails at goals. Each time you fail, it gets easier to fail again because you're just being consistent with who you think you are. This is why people's goals don't just fail. They fail harder each time. The psychology of failure actually reinforces the old identity. So next time you try, you've already lost before you started. But here's where this gets interesting. And this is the part that changes everything. You don't have to wait 6 months to become a different person. You don't have to achieve some massive goal first. You can start today, right now. And it doesn't require superhuman willpower. It requires tiny, identity-consistent choices. Instead of, I'm going to save $500 a month, you reframe it as, I'm someone who makes intentional financial choices. Instead of, I'm going to stop overspending, you say, I'm someone who thinks before I buy. These sound like the same thing, but they're completely different to your brain. Every single time you pause before a purchase, your brain votes. Oh, this person is someone who thinks about money. Every time you check your balance, it votes again. Every time you decline a social outing to protect your savings, your brain takes another vote. After 10 votes, 20 votes, 50 votes, your brain starts to believe it. And now you're actually a different person. The research on this is insane. People who build wealth don't have some secret willpower gene. They've just built a different identity. They see themselves as someone who saves. And because they believe it, their brain makes it real. Here's the part that will blow your mind. You don't even need big wins to shift your identity. Tiny choices count just as much. Choosing a $3 coffee instead of a $6 latte. Choosing to skip one subscription. Choosing to transfer $25 to savings instead of $500. Each choice is a vote for a new identity. And your brain doesn't care if it's $25 or $500. It just cares that you voted for the new version of yourself. So here's your move. Stop trying to change your behavior. Start changing your identity. One small choice at a time, not because you're disciplined, but because you're being consistent with who you actually are. Your financial future isn't built on one massive decision. It's built on 1,000 tiny votes for a better version of yourself. Make sure you're voting the right way.